Good
Hi.
afternoon, friends. It's State Spirit. It's Friday. Hello, 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 and one more hello.
Yay. It's Friday. Woohoo. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for being here, my friend. I'm so pleased that you're here.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. Everybody, say hello to TarotStache, aka Gerald.
Hi, everybody.
Tiny hands are in the house.
Yeah. Some people don't like them. So just get those out of the way so people can leave. You know. It's all right. You've been a busy person.
One could say, yeah. One could say I'm kind of everywhere and all over the place, but keeping myself busy, my friend, keeping myself busy. So
There you go.
happy April Fools to everyone. Hi, honey. My husband's popping in to say hello on a bananas
Which
in
one
the
is your
house.
honey?
Kelmar, that's my husband.
Hi, Kelmar.
Hey, Debbie.
Debbie. I'm also looking at my phone so that I can see that because it's weird for me to be on the other side of that.
Yes, of course, of course. Six of Wands is here. Welcome, my friend. Hello, Sherry H.
That
Voices
would
from
be Shauna. We refer to her as the Queen,
Ooh,
Shauna. So she was on my channel. She's
nice.
lovely, quite
Well, we
lovely.
love lovely people. So, hello, Shauna.
Tell me to stop talking so much because I'm wired.
Please. It's what we could just both continue to talk and see what everyone sort of gets at the end. We could
See if it
stop.
matches up. Yeah,
Yeah. Hi,
yeah.
Joanne Hall. Hi, Tracy. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. So,
Woohoo!
again, we have the wonderful and fantastic Gerald here, TarotStache. This is Gerald's first time on the channel, so we're thrilled that he's here.
It's the first time that I'm on Cats for Me Oracle's Wellness Tarot.
Yeah.
Because everybody who's here should like and subscribe, right? Right?
Absolutely.
And
Please.
as Ron, Unconditional Love Tarot says, it's free.
It is. It's free. It's free. So I have something really, really interesting to share. I just said to Gerald that do you have any funny April Fool's stories? And he's like, well, I'll listen to yours and maybe I'll come up with something. So here's my funny April Fool's story. Many, many, many moons ago, I was at work and I went in. It was April Fool's Day. And I sat down. Now, keep in mind, because I'm older than dirt, I used a keyboard that had buttons that were like yay thick, right? And I sat down at my keyboard, as many people used to do back in the day that type. You don't have to look at the keys. You already know where everything is. And I went to sign on. And error. And I'm like, come on. Error. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I look down at my keyboard and all my keys are mixed up on the middle row. And I'm like, so we have a jokester in the office. And of course, I immediately go, I know who did this. So I go into my boss and I'm like, listen, do you know what he did? And my boss is like, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. My boss is my brother-in-law. And here's the part. I thought it was my coworker and it was my sister. My sister and my brother-in-law got an emergency call that the alarm had gone off on March 31st and went into the office and she said, well, which desk is Kelly's? So we pointed and she literally went over to my keyboard and popped all my keys off and then started switching them around. And there I was accusing someone else. Yeah, that's my funny April Fool's story. Because I thought it was supposed to be an April Fool's joke. It wasn't funny though, really. In retrospect, it was hysterical.
Okay. It was hysterical. Come on. It was great. And the fact that they cared enough about you to be able to do that, right?
Yes, right?
That's how much they like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. She's like, I see who you are.
Yep. Fan snap. I don't have one. I have to get a fan.
Oh, fan snap?
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Love that.
Yeah.
Hi, Janet P. How are you, love? Thank you for being here, my friends. Okay, Gerald. Hi, Cartomancy Mesquite is in the house. Woo, 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 woo. Gerald, do you have anything coming up that you would like to share with people before we get started?
Why, yes. On Monday, I'm doing a live VR to Beneficial Tarot, #Tarot Temptations. There's the details. People would be smart to like and subscribe to my channel because I have Ben is going to be there, and then Martin from Tarot in the City will be joining us.
He's lovely.
It should be quite fun, yes. And then on Tuesday, I am having a deck casual of the Luna Soul, and that's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern. And that's with Jane, the Secret Tarot, and Jamie of Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. And I actually have a whole lot of stuff coming up planned for April and May. So I'm looking forward to it. So it would be best like and subscribe, people.
Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know whenever Gerald puts out a new video.
Yeah.
I have so much going on that I can barely keep it all straight. So no one really wants to know, but I do have exciting things in the works. So please, everyone, if you can, Sunday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're starting a new series here at dzncats called Sunday Connections, and it's all about how we connect with spirit in different ways. And our first guest will be Sun Psychic Jean. So she will be doing some mediumship readings. We have lovely people lined up. We've got Pure Visionary Psychic Medium coming. We've got the wonderful and fantastic Tracy Ralph coming. We've got Pat in Through a Colored Lens coming. So lots of exciting people booked already. So we look forward to that. Yes. And I'll be on Ron's channel on Saturday night. Cool. And of course, cool. I was going to say something and I totally just blipped it. Anyways.
Welcome to Thanks Spirit It's Friday.
Yes.
That's what happens, right?
Yes. Welcome. Thanks Spirit It's Friday. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everybody. I would appreciate it. All right. My friend, are you ready? You shuffled up?
Well, since I'm new here, I'm posting something encouraging in the chat. So give me just a second.
All right. All right. Hi, Andrea. How you doing, love? So, you guys, as we approach this new month, you know, I know that there is lots of stuff going on. There's lots of energies. There's lots of, there's just so much going on with politics and what is continuing to happen in Ukraine. And, you know, the weather is kind of cray-cray all over the place. There is so much. It feels very heavy to me. And I am nothing if I am not about trying to help. I want everyone to leave Thanks Spirit It's Friday feeling better than when you showed up. Or at least the same as when you showed up, if nothing else, right? We want to sort of encourage you to let your hair down, shake off the week, and just move forward in a positive way.
Well, and I would add to this, and we were chatting a little bit about this before we went live, Kelly, and shut me up. Good luck trying that. It won't work.
Never mind.
I think, you know, with so much going on in the world, we are all dealing with it in very different ways. There's stuff going on in the world, and then there's stuff going on in our worlds, our personal worlds. And I think it's an important part of the, you know, part of being well and working towards well-being is spending the time and recognizing where you are.
Yep. 100%.
I am a person who, I'm a witch. I practice magic. I live in accordance to the timing of the year. That is not all that I do and all that I am. But one of the wonderful things, to whom are we waving?
I'm just waving
Okay.
I do that every once in a while. I think I'm in a parade. I'm just like, oh, no.
Okay. But you need a fan, girl. You need a
I
fan.
know, I do.
But to be serious about that, I think it's important that we understand where we are and what we're feeling. Because years of therapy have told me enough that the first emotion that shows up isn't always the emotion that is truly there.
100%.
And being kind to ourselves takes practice.
It
Being
does.
kind to other people also takes practice.
Yeah.
So
bye, Mark. Most of the people that frequent my channel know, and I say this, and it's probably ad nauseum at this point, but I say this because it's important to me that other people know that it's okay to say it out loud and to embrace it. I have anxiety, panic disorder, and depression, and I want to be an example that you can be okay, and then you can have a bad day and maybe not be so okay.
Yeah.
But that you're still you, and you still serve a purpose, and you're still wonderful, and there is only positive and forward motion, but it does take a lot of work, to your point.
Yeah. Anybody who says that you have to be okay all of the time is full of it.
Exactly. I kind of feel the same way.
Because the universe ebbs and flows, right?
Yeah.
I hate that when people go right. The universe ebbs and flows.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way Mother Nature operates.
Very true.
And it is important to honor ourselves by doing the same thing. Yes. And when you can name something, you can control it. It has you have a different relationship with it.
Yeah. There's no greater feeling. I have been lucky enough, and I'm grateful to say that in the last year I have been given the insight, I guess really is what I would call it if I was to put my finger on a terminology for it. Really, it's insight that I can arrive at a moment and feel whatever way I'm going to feel about that particular moment, and then sort of step out of it and recognize that that's what that was, and then figure out what I need to do about that, or how I need to move past it or move beyond it or expand it, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But this is very important for me to say, and many people don't understand when I say this, the place that I'm coming from. And for the people that frequent my chat, they know me, and so they understand where I'm coming from. I don't want anyone to ever blame themselves because they didn't get it. When the sign clicked, they didn't like, oh yes, I totally know, and I'm ready to move forward. It takes time, and you must be ready to accept the change and the momentum of that forward motion. Try really, really, really hard not to beat yourself up. And the best advice that I can give anyone is to tell that negative voice that's in the back of your mind that knocks on your head and say, hey, guess what? You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not handsome enough. Whatever. That is a trained muscle memory that you must constantly and consistently and consecutively work on to say, you know what? I'm not buying that today. I'm not listening to him.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you for a second about that topic. Let's pull a single card. What deck do you have in your hands right now?
I have my Light Seers.
Okay. Are you willing to see? She's not expecting this. This is what Kelly gets for having me on her channel. You see the fear in her face? Never. With that deck, shuffle it, thinking about what you just said, and pull out a card about that.
Absolutely. I love this. Let's do it.
And I am using the Zombie Oracle Orshi from DeGroschi has created this one. So
whatever card pops out,
just pick a card.
All right. It fell out.
Talk about that.
So when I get the Devil card, I mean, if Kelly's pulling the Devil card, I look at this card and two things pop into my mind. One, that's old Kelly. old habits dying hard. And 2, how grateful I am that I don't reside in this energy as often as I used to.
Sure, that's wonderful. The other thing with that, may I add
Yes,
something to that?
Of course.
The other thing is look how inviting that devil is. The devil is the one to tempt you and to, it's got his hand out. I don't know about you, but he's not bad looking.
Right.
Just saying.
I mean, as far as devils go, right?
Well, you know, I mean, Shauna is doing her laundry right now. I could wash my laundry on his abs and I would be okay with that. Because I want a hands-on experience. You know, for adults only. But seriously, with that it is the temptation. It's to go into the old ways.
Yes.
They're just not necessarily bad. They're just old ways.
Yes.
And
exactly.
I think the devil, oh, now I'm going to get on my soapbox. I think the devil gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
Because the devil,
when I do my readings, Gerald, I agree with you. I say it often when I do my readings that the devil is not always like, ooh, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity.
It is an opportunity. Everything is an opportunity if you look at it from the right lens. Have you seen the devil card in the Robin Wood Tarot?
No, I have not.
Okay. I'm a huge Robin Wood Tarot fanatic. Let me, this is still in order. Hi, everybody. If you know, comments on what we're doing. This is the devil card in the Robin Wood Tarot. Isn't that interesting? There is no overseeing devil, but it truly, for me, exemplifies what happens in the devil card is we're so caught up, we're not aligned with who we are or where we want to go. And suddenly all of these chains.
He's reaching for that small opening of daylight, right?
Yeah. And she's reaching for the same one. And so there's this disconnect. And I think anytime when the devil shows up, it's a time to truly pause for a minute.
Right.
And go, where am I? What am I feeling? And where is my focus?
Like recalibrate yourself? Is that what you mean?
Recalibrate. Sometimes it's just to take a breath.
Right.
Because I got overwhelmed.
Yeah.
In this, and I am going to adjust my light in a minute, but a lot of times when what you were describing happens, I'm feeling so overwhelmed, I can't process it. And you know, all of us had the childhoods that we had.
Yeah.
And would we parent ourselves the same way we were parented? Probably not, but people aren't. I sometimes struggle with being nice to myself.
Yes, me too.
I struggle being as nice as I am and as kind as I am to other people. And you know, I'll hold space for people because I think that's important.
When I was a young kid, I was blamed for it. Really, there's really no other way for me to say it. I was told that I looked at the world through rose-colored glasses. I was called naive. I was called immature because I didn't see the hardness of the world. And I have so many examples and people in my life in my younger years that tried to like stomp all over my positivity or my enthusiasm. And make me see the world for the harsh edges that it may have. And I choose not to look at it that way. I choose to look at it with, it is an opportunity. It's possibilities, right? I don't believe that people are bad. And so, you know, shoot me. Sorry.
We do make
hi, everybody.
Choices that aren't the best.
Yes.
We do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna move this light. So okay, so I got off on that little tangent there because
listen, we're all about soapboxes here. If I'm always on my soapbox. These guys know that. So,
but I think it's important for us to to realize we're humans. And somebody said in chat,
yeah,
we're spiritual beings having human experience.
That was Andrea. And Deb H says the edges make it interesting. Andrea says, devil dark, maybe. It's about the choice we continually make, doing the life walk dance in full dark, dimming light, full of sunlight, foggy moonlight, through a scrim, etc.
Yeah.
Andrea, I love you. I love the way Andrea puts things.
Yeah.
Hey, Geek.
Geek is here.
Geek's in the house.
Geek in the house. Okay.
All right. Let's pull some cards, my friend. Let's see what we can get. Based on what we just talked about, it'll be interesting to see what cards come out for what we need to do for the week ahead.
And I'm a person who I need to have clarity on the question. I'm a person who I'll spend a good 10-15 minutes making sure I understand the question and 5 minutes doing the reading, because advanced prep. So what are we looking at? The energy of the weekend? The energy of the weekend. What is coming up for this weekend? What do we need to know about this weekend? Pick one of those. Anna, yes, I agree with that, loves. Anna says, I see the devil is making the same mistakes over and over again, expecting a different outcome. You've got to break the chains. Yeah. And you can use a combination of tarot or oracle, whatever you feel. I'm going to be me. You invited me, and if I remembered, and I can pull up the email. We just have a good time, and we can do anything we want. I will totally do that. Excellent. I'm not going to make So, and I don't think I have any tarot decks out. There you go. Look at the cards flying out. So. You're not done yet. Come on now. There you go. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, so. Ooh, yes. And by the way, guess what I'm going to ask that we do is that we go between our cards. By the way, Kelly did not realize that I was going to push her outside of her boundaries. So please keep your head and arms inside the ride at all times. Right. Fasten your seatbelts, friends. It's about to get cray-cray. No, but I'm going to just say, how about challenge ourselves? Yes. And by the way, no is a completely acceptable answer. That needs absolutely no additional explanation. But how about you pull a card and you talk about it, and then I pull a card and we talk about that, and we build it that way. We sort of build that story. Absolutely. Okay. So I've already pulled my tarot, but I'm gonna start with a different card. So I'm pulling one of my color cards, because there is no better energy card to me than my color cards. So let's see what I get with my color cards. I mean, if you want me to have tarot, I can get tarot, but no, you can do whatever you want, love. Hi, Joan. How are you, love? Hi, Sharon Sipe. Hi, Sharon. My friends. All right. Ooh, yes, I love it. All Wisdom Seeker Joan. Wisdom Seeker Joan. Oh, Scarlet. Scarlet, which is attract success. Okay. Which I think is really interesting, because considering that we pulled the devil card. Now, I don't know if people know about the psychology of color, but you know the saying, I see red, it makes me angry, right? Restaurants are encouraged to paint at least part of the dining room red, because it increases your appetite. Right. But then it also makes you angry. So, I mean, it seems very almost yin-yang-y to me, right? It can. And I have a friend, she was talking about doing candle magic. And one of the things that she suggests is, this is why during the winter holidays, a lot of people, they have a lot of difficulty with the family. It's because they use red and green.
Yep.
And red is a card about passion. It is about anger.
Yep.
And her suggestion was just to use a burgundy, a deeper red, because then that red is also, then it is a deeper, more
burgundy in here, so we can show
grounded, grounded and respectful type of thing.
Whoops. So that's the burgundy. So there's the difference.
Right.
It's interesting what you just said. I love that.
Cool. Yeah. Now, I mean, full disclosure, I'm all about some passion. Okay. You know, and I'm also all about the anger too, when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hurt anybody with that. So.
Yeah. So basically, what we're saying, what I'm saying is, to me, this is like balance. It's the balance between the passion, the appetite, and the anger. It's about harmony. It's about balance. It's about two opposite things living together in complete harmony. That's what it is.
Right. And if we're talking about the devil card, and you see that scarlet.
Yep.
That scarlet, look at me pointing. I'm pointing,
yeah.
You know. There's something important to look at is because the devil encourages us to look into the depths of what we're feeling.
That's right. Tapping into emotions, totally, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's extremely, extremely important and powerful. So please hold. I'm turning down my insulin pump. Okay, so you want me to pick? I will pick a card to follow that.
All right.
To which,
my friend.
I'm going to pick the interconnection.
Billy is too funny. He said, "Flip Wilson, the devil made me do it."
There you go. So we have here is we have protection, and what's really beautiful about this card is there is a difference between, there is this warm and cuddly protection.
Yeah.
And what's great about that, I cannot get that. Okay, that's better. We have a koala protecting and holding their child. I don't know what a baby koala is called. Anybody in the chat know what a baby koala is called? Is it a cub or anything like that?
It is a cub, but I'm not sure.
Okay, because they're bears. But so I think there's, when you think about that scarlet, we have the devil, we have scarlet, and then we have protection. I think this is a sort of protection that is protecting and making it okay to do the work that we need to do. It's that supportive protection. So there you go.
And to follow that up, my friend, I pulled from the Empath Empowerment deck, and I've got Center Yourself. The message on this card is take a few deep breaths to regain your center. Now you can approach life from a more mindful place. And if you look at this image of her feet, one's on the ground and one's sort of propped up.
Sure.
Again, sort of speaking to that thing that I was just saying about, I mean, not because Kelly's right, but I'm fascinated that this card has 1 foot up, 1 foot down, which is kind of what I was saying before about that, trying to find that harmonic balance, right?
Absolutely.
Love it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, so I'm pulling from the Roger Van Oak's Creative Whack Pack.
Cool.
And this is a card that says, imagine you're the idea. And, it says, imagine that you're a parking meter. How does it feel when coins are inserted in you? What's it like when you're expired? How could you be easier to use? Imagine that you're a box of cereal on a grocery shelf. How could you be more attractive? What could you do to force the grocer to give you more space? How would you feel if you were the idea you're developing?
Interesting.
So, pretty powerful. So,
absolutely.
Imagine that you're the ideal.
Yeah. Doris Smith has told us that the baby koalas are baby joeys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dora.
Aw, Mama and her Joey.
Right?
Isn't that cute?
So when I started to shuffle up my tarot cards, I have so many cards here that speak to that last card that you pulled. So I'm just going to mention them, but I did pull some more cards. So I've got a bit of a story happening here of this up down roller coaster sort of ride. I've got the 9 of Cups, which is our wish fulfillment card. I've got the Moon in reverse, which is trying to face your fears. We've got
today is a new moon. Today's a new moon.
It is a new moon. We've got the Devil with his hand extended going, come to Papa. And then I've got the Strength card.
Okay.
So that total, like, you're on a roller coaster, you're on a bit of a ride. So literally fasten your seatbelts is how I feel. And then I just pulled these 2 cards, not intentionally, only meant for one, but both of them popped out. This is from the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. I love her work. So I've got Truth. Look at that image. It's just breathtaking.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Now, notice that the picture looks as if there is a wind blowing.
Right. Yeah.
And there's something about that wind blowing picture that's really speaking to me, because that's literally how I feel. I feel like I am in a wind tunnel and I'm trying to, like you said at the beginning, put your hands on the rails, like hold on tight. Because we're kind of being bounced around a little bit out of our comfort zone. And then I've got this glorious picture of the penguins and inner peace. So I want to say that again, we've got this like sort of opposites, sort of yin yang harmonic balance thing happening here. Like the truth is that we're being all blown about and kind of banged up against the sides, but if we remember who we are, and I love this analogy of the sunflower, right? The sunflower that stands tall and stands proud and lifts its head up to the sun and just like, just feed me. Just feed me.
Just follows the sun. Yeah.
Just feed
me. Moves
right?
And yeah. Wow.
That's awesome.
Cool.
I love that. All right, what you got, Gerald?
I'm using the, know your limits, the deck of characters, Kelly. By the way, Kelly really wants this deck. It was a little too expensive for her. So, and I have Stereo and Heaven. So I know many of us immediately went to the song Stairway to Heaven.
I didn't. I literally thought to Pump Up the Jam, but anyway.
Okay, some of us went to Pump Up the Jam. I think what would be helpful is for us to listen to some music that really takes us out of this earthly existence, just to have that bit of fun and to really enliven ourselves. And it's okay.
Pump Up the Jam.
Pump Up the Jam. There you go. There you go.
And thank you for being here for Thanks Spirit It's Friday, and you're welcome. No, just kidding. I mean, you know what I saw, and all joking aside, you pulled those 2 cards, and I literally thought we all need to really, 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 really consciously practice the difference between hearing and listening.
Yes.
And work on that, because we're being given the messages. But some of us are closed to receiving the messages because we're just like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, sure. It's like when someone says, hey, how are you? And you say, I'm good. And you're like, okay, great. And you're already like 4 steps away from them because you weren't really paying attention. You weren't invested.
And I would say I think we all can listen differently. And notice I use the word differently rather than better, because it's not a good nor bad all of the time. It's just I need to work on being different and just with anything, it takes time.
It does.
It takes time, and awareness is a beautiful thing, Kelly. And sometimes awareness happens in the moment. That's ideal. Sometimes it happens 3 years later.
It really
It's
does.
Still awareness.
Truth. Yeah. Truth. Absolutely.
Ooh, I got a truth from her.
I used to work in a group home for disabled individuals that were all nonverbal and not immobile.
Mm-hmm.
My job was to communicate with them on a daily basis.
Right.
So they're immobile, so there is no communication. There is no sign language. They can't move.
Right.
That is when you really learn the difference between hearing and listening.
Yep.
And just like you said, I want to share this story, and I hope it doesn't make me cry, but this touched me in a way that I don't think I've ever been touched before. So one of our clients was home because she wasn't feeling well. This girl she was basically shaped like an S and was in a wheelchair. She only had 30% range of motion in one arm, and the rest of her was contracted, and her head would roll from side to side. We were having a staff meeting, and she was in the room with us, and we were talking about keeping them home from their work skills program because it was so cold. And she literally moved her head, banged her arm on the side of the chair to get our attention, and let out this "Whoa!" And we were like, "We got you."
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So the point in mentioning that is that I probably worked there about 8 months at that point. And I did not understand because I had not perfected my skill in hearing versus listening. And when she did that, I was like, oh my God, you're present. You're
beautiful. That was beautiful.
It's really, really important to understand that hearing and listening are not always the same thing. So,
yeah. Because I've done a lot. I've done a lot of postgraduate work in Gestalt therapy, and as it relates to development of individuals outside of work and in work, listening is a skill that listening to hear and to understand takes a lot of time and practice, because we're so worried about how we're going to respond.
Yes.
We miss the whole message. And it's very powerful when people feel heard.
Absolutely.
My experience has mostly been when people are upset, they want to feel heard. Good for your son. Good for your son. And good for anyone who says, you're right. I will try not to do that again.
Yeah.
Full stop. So
most people listen to respond than to understand. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That was my little analogy about the how are you? They don't really want to know how you are because they don't have time to hear a whole story. They just want you to say, I'm good, I'm great, fantastic, and move on, right? That like they're already out the door already.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Geek Hillbilly said something in chat about, people asking, how are you? And you're saying fine and all that stuff. I am. Yeah. I never say I'm good. I actually when I ask that question, I try to send the energy to match it. That's actually, I do care how you are. Yeah. And sometimes that's overwhelming for people. And I've actually said to people, do you really want to know how I am, or do you want me to say I'm fine? And I say it with a lilt in my voice and all that stuff. And it's amazing the number of people who are like, I really want to know how you are. And the fact that it opens it opens connections in an amazing way.
I mean,
so
the communication only works if it's reciprocated. You know what I mean? You can't really communicate with another individual if they're like,
right,
okay,
right.
When
take a sip of your beverage.
That group home that I worked in taught me so many lessons that I had learned very early on in my life and forgot about, probably because I was a young person and, you know, we think we know everything, you know what I mean? But it's really interesting to me, like, how lessons can be retaught to us in different ways. And one of the things that was taught to me, and this may sound really, really silly, but if you break it down right to the very simplest example, when we were all little kids, and I don't know about you all, but when I was a little kid, if my mom called my name and I did not say, yes, mom, or yes, ma'am, something was being said to me. Not what, not yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yeah.
Sure, we were listening.
Yes. Well, and it's in the theater. If you do anything in the theater, you'll have the stage crew will actually, you're like 30 minutes. You have 15 minutes, and the correct response is thank you 30 minutes, because it tells them that you have heard what they've said, because it impacts everything else. And I worked with the children's theater and amazing directors who wanted to have it be a good experience. But that acknowledgement just lets somebody, yes, I got you, I heard you, because you're not the only one on stage or backstage. Growing up with someone
absolutely, I love that. Doris Smith says, growing up with someone who didn't have a normal way to communicate makes a world of difference in my life.
Yeah.
And I agree with that, Dora, absolutely. You know, when we take the time to engage with someone, and I say this all the time here, you guys know that come to the channel, just saying hello to someone in a chat room, for example, can make all the difference in the world, because that is like a virtual, I heard you, I hear you, right? Yeah. You're saying, I see you. And we all want and need, I mean, we really need to be seen, to be heard, to be accepted, to feel that sense of belonging. We really, really need that as human beings.
Yeah. The challenge of it is with something like in chat is how do you balance it between saying hello to people and then everybody saying hello to everybody else? There's that delicate balance of when does it become so much it's overwhelming. And I can say for a YouTube creator, it's hard to follow all of that and to find some of the questions.
Yeah,
but I agree with you, Kelly. I like it when people feel heard and they feel seen.
Yeah.
Speaking of being seen, yesterday was Transgender Awareness Day.
Oh, yay.
So, you know, I mean, let's just people need to be seen.
They do.
They need to be recognized for who they are. It's extremely powerful.
Absolutely. So, thank you for sharing that, because I wasn't aware.
Yeah.
So, thank you. So happy International Transgender Day. I love it. To that point, I have said many, many times, and I love that point about the saying hello in the chat. I came to this community in the chat. I consider myself a chatter. I mean, hello, clearly I am a chatter, but I mean a chatter in sense of I wear the badge.
You're a chatter?
I'm a chatter. I wear it as a badge of honor. I have received the kind of support and love that, and I'm not trying to be ridiculous in this statement, it is the truth. The different chats over the last year of my life literally saved me and and gave me a sense of support and belonging that I've not felt over the last 10 years. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people in chat. So I am all about say hi, say howdy, say how's it going, because you just never know what someone's going through. And if you just say hi, you can literally change someone's day.
Absolutely. You're right. You're right. So it's your turn to pick a card, lady.
All right. What card am I going to pull? What is speaking to Kelly?
Ron wants to see the tiny hands. Bad hands.
Andrea says, I'm going to stick this up on the screen. Andrea says, learning to listen in 12-step recovery meetings allows some to speak aloud the unfolding of their stories for the first time in their life.
Yeah.
Well said, Andrea.
Oh, no.
Faye says, gee, Kelly, who would have thought it? Love you. Meaning about me being a chatter. You guys
well.
Yes.
She's talking about the zombie hands.
Yeah. Doris Smith says it's unbelievably disgusting what laws are being passed about against the LGBTQ community. I mean, the laws that are being passed, and not to turn this into a political rant, but I mean, friends, I live in Canada and I am grateful that I live in the country that I live in, but I am absolutely astounded that what is happening is happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I almost feel like I'm dreaming. Like when I wake up in the morning and I hear that kind of stuff, it's like that can't happen in 2022. Can it really? Did that really just happen?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's like a defense mechanism or what, that I don't want to believe it or what. I mean, I can't be alone. I'm sure many people feel that way. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Let me pull. This is from my Animal Spirit Wisdom deck. I love this deck. It like really, it's one of those decks where you get it and you just immediately feel attached to it.
Oh, nice.
I love this. I've got Horse, which is free spirit. And the message on the bottom of the card reads, give yourself the space and freedom to express your creativity. And I think that many people find an outlet to be heard if they're not heard or seen by doing it this way, creatively.
Oh, of course. And I think what's amazing about that, Kelly, is creativity is pretty boundless.
It is.
It's truly amazing.
You know, someone who, you just said that and literally Cash Peters popped into my head when you said that. I mean, someone that most people in this community recognize that name, right? It's not like we're talking about Leonardo da Vinci and maybe someone doesn't know that. Cash Peters is on the spectrum, and I mean, he acknowledges it, he says it, he embraces it. He doesn't go on about it. He doesn't shout it from the rooftops. Yeah. But if you didn't know any of that and you literally just saw him go like this with a drawing, you would be like, my God, like what an artist you are.
Right.
And I love that.
Part of that also goes to, do we see ourselves as broken, or do we see ourselves as fine how we are, and we embrace everything that we've been given?
Yes, Gerald. Say that again.
So do we embrace everything that we've been given? Because that's, we are whole. We are not broken. Yes, I can be different. I can grow and expand. I hope so. And let's talk about, creating content on YouTube. My first videos sucked.
All of our first videos sucked, but claim it, my friend, claim it.
Well, yeah, and I think somebody said to me once, Regina's Tarot and Wirecraft. We were having a conversation, and I've had some guests on, and this person was struggling whether or not they had anything to say, And Regina actually said, I would really hate it for you not to put your light out there because somebody needs to see that shine. It may not be right when you're doing that live. It may be 2 years later. I am a firm believer that if go ahead and say it, go ahead and embrace it and grow and learn. Somebody may find you exactly. I believe somebody's going to find you when they need it. So embracing diversity, and if we just really listen to understand first and then be understood.
Yes. Sorry,
because
there's twice now. I apologize, but I'm like, yes, Gerald, preach it. I love that what you just said.
And that's we need to understand. A lot of times when I am afraid, it's because I don't understand something.
That's right. When Susan Lynn was on the show the other night, which, by the way, friends, was the most amazing night so far of dzncats for me. We were pulling cards and doing readings, and things were just like clicking in a way that I would have never otherwise expected or anticipated them to go. And at this point that you just made came up. Anxiety is based on fear.
Yeah.
Avoidance breeds anxiety. It is very, very common for human beings not to embrace change, not to like change, to be afraid of change, to bury our head in the sand when it comes to having to change. We don't like it. It's not something that most of us are like, oh yes, I can't wait, right? And it breeds anxiety because you fear the unknown. And
of course, I do, yeah.
Right? One of the things that Susan said was that, like, I mean, you know, sometimes when you reduce things down to such a simple message, it is allowing you to wrap your head around it in a way that you didn't understand it before. And her message, quite simply, was if you went to the restaurant and you had the chicken and it was horrible, so it is technically it's a mistake. And if we made that mistake and we ordered the chicken and we didn't like it, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're not going to die. You go back to the restaurant and order something different. It's really that simple. Now, not to simplify big life changes, but the point is, if we allow ourselves to break it down in a way that makes it less scary, less like overpowering, in simplistic terms, step by step, baby steps, it becomes a lot easier to walk ourselves through it, right? To hold our power when we walk ourselves through it as we move forward through it.
Yeah. So my word of the year is intention. And part of that requires that I have to slow down long enough to figure out what is my intention.
Yeah.
If I'm upset, what was I trying to, what's my intention? Where do I want to be with that upset? Was I really upset, or was I disappointed? Am I embarrassed? There's lots of different layers. We've all seen that great graphic of the circle with all of the emotions in it. That's amazing. Writers do a great thing with that. And it's important for me, it's that word of the year of intention. What's my intention for being here? My intention is to get to know you. And now my intention is to, okay, as you're thinking about, thank Spirit, it's Friday. Sometimes thanking Spirit involves, this is what I had the opportunity to learn. I missed it in the moment, and get rid of the word but, and I'm going to use that next time to catch it sooner rather than later.
Well said.
So,
well said.
Thanks. Okay, so you got that beautiful horse card.
Free spirit.
Free spirit. Okay. I am picking out from there. I'm picking out from the building relationships You know, by the way, I'm not trying to get you to buy decks, but people are usually asking
Hi,
what they
Ben.
are. Know your limits. Is Ben? Hi, Ben. I'm just glad you're here.
Ben, want to join us?
Hi, Shauna.
Hi, Parrot.
And so, okay, so this is the building relationships deck. So I'm going to take everything that we've said and how might we build a relationship? And I'm going to pick 2 cards.
Okay.
A relationship with ourselves and relationship with others. So the relationship we can build with, hang on.
Ben, you want to join us? Sorry. Oh, look at that card.
The word is promise. The relationship that we can build, the thing we need to think about our relationship with ourselves is promise. Promise to try to do something a little different the next time. Notice I said a little different because there are some people, they have that the heavens open up, lightning strikes, they have an amazing experience, and so they can have that significant life change.
Yes.
But if there is a promise of, perhaps it's, I'm going to promise to be kinder to myself, and I would say I am kind to myself. Just make it an active state. I am kind to myself. And then with everyone else, the relationship with others, this word is confusion. And I actually like this because sometimes when I think of trying to understand others, I get confused because I don't know what's going on. And for me, I would say when I'm feeling confused, the best thing to do is to pause long enough and to go, okay, wait a minute, I'm confused. Did you mean this or did you mean this? Or something else?
That's really interesting. Why it's interesting to me is because, again, not to keep bringing up that Susan Lynn was on my channel, but she was, friends. It was awesome. The reason,
and if one of your mods can get that link, they can post it in your chat, right?
It's my highest viewed show, so I mean, honestly, it was like a big deal. But the reason why she came on the channel was to talk about an exercise that Spirit channeled to her or through her, called the damn thing.
Okay.
And it literally is an exercise of taking the thing that is causing us the worry, the stress, the oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I don't know which direction, so on and so forth, and break it down into simple step by step by step by step by step. And when you get to the last step, it's like, well, geez, I'm not really sure why I was worried about it in the first place. If that makes sense, right? You're frozen, Gerald.
Okay, you were frozen too. Am I frozen?
So what I pulled, this greeter, I hope you have a fantastic time with your sisters, my love.
Excellent.
What I pulled was the collaboration card, and this is from my Guiding Light Oracle. And I've got this message. Say yes to the exciting new opportunities and partnerships that are on their way to you now. And I think that what Gerald was saying about having the moment where you sort of step back and think to yourself, okay, you know, how do I assess this? How do I rethink this in a way that I can understand, right? Because I missed the lesson the first time. I want to say, like, not so much about the collaboration, but like really about the opportunities. Oh my God! Yay!
Hello.
Hello, friend. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, Kelly, put yourself in the middle. Do you know how to do that? Drag yourself in the middle, because
I don't know.
You can keep us all three.
Okay.
Do us like you did.
All right.
Click on you and drag you to where I am. Click on your image. Just click and drag.
All right.
On the screen.
Yep, I did that.
Just click you and then drag. There you are.
Yay!
Yay.
There you are.
How are you both? You lovely people. How
Thanks,
are
Ben.
Hi, everybody that's coming into the chat. This is Ben from Beneficial Tarot.
Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you all.
And of course, we have the wonderful and fantastic Gerald from TarotStache that's here.
Aww.
So the card that I pulled is the collaboration card, and I mean, hello.
Oh my God, that's the perfect card.
We're now doing a collaboration.
I mean, that's
literally.
Isn't that your word of the year, Ben?
It is my word of the year, Gerald. You're absolutely right. I mean,
I love that. And I love that you guys picked a word of the year. That's fantastic.
Yes.
That's a really wonderful idea.
Have you not picked a word of the year, Kelly?
No, but I did pick a mantra for my year.
You picked a what? A mantra?
A mantra. Yeah, I made a mantra for myself. Be what you want to see.
Do you care to share?
Yeah.
Be what you want to see?
Be what you want to see.
I love that, Kelly. That's beautiful. I love that.
I love that. And I was listening to Ange, Tiny Trinkets and Tarot, and what she does, she doesn't pick a word of the year. She picks an emotion, the way she wants to feel through the year. And I think this is, when you're talking about wellness means something different to the three of us.
Everybody. Yep.
It means something different, and all of those are valid.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
All of those are very valid. Did I say ballad?
You did.
Valid.
Okay. It can be a ballad too. I mean, if you're in the mood, right?
Yeah, because we got music. We got stereo.
Right.
Play your favorite ballads.
I want to say, so Deb H says, I picked Sparkle because I tend to blend into the background. And Deb H knows, because she comes here often, that I also have, and I'm not making this up, this is on my positivity board, which is what I called my bulletin board. And it's literally on my sticky note here. Show the world your sparkle, because you deserve to be seen, and the world deserves to see you.
That's so true.
Yes.
That's so true.
So, Deb H, my friend, shine on, my friend.
Absolutely.
I love
that. And Deb H, do you have a sense of humor, Deb H?
Yes, she does.
Do you have a sense of humor? Because I could be funny, and and silly, because if
We're going to pull some funny cards in one sec. So Andrea says, removing the word try. It's the non-commitment word, the I don't want to but can't tell you the truth. The I need more information word. It's the unless something better comes up, which I love that. I love that. Hillbilly says, when I was a deputy, Gerald, you're awesome. I love it. Hillbilly says, when I was a deputy, I had to suppress my emotions to non-existent. I could not allow myself to feel, especially some people, drunks, druggies on a high. I dreaded domestic calls. That's when you really need to tap into your empathic side. But I can't imagine how difficult that would be to have to like feel it, but almost like to be able to express it in the moment.
Now to that, I want to share. My brother-in-law was a police officer, and police officers, of course, they have to protect themselves and to not demonstrate emotion. A lot of times he would, on those domestic calls, he had a little black book that were phone numbers of organizations that could help in these situations. And he did it on the down low, because not all of his fellow officers agreed with that. But that was the moment I was like, okay, I like you. Yeah. I really like you, because you're taking care of things.
I love that. I love that. That's great idea. It's a great thing to mention to people. And, I am nothing if I am not honest about the fact that I have anxiety, panic disorder, and depression. Does anyone care? And when I say this, I'm not trying to trigger anyone. In the big grand scheme of things, there's a whole hell of a lot going on in the world. No one really cares. But if I could tell you the amount of times that I have been shaded, that I have been looked at, given the side eye, given the stinky eye, because I dare to say that I have anxiety pain. Friends, if anyone out there is listening to me, if you suffer in any way, shape, or form, past traumas, past hurts, past pains, your boyfriend gone pissed you off, your girlfriend told you to, hit the road last week, whatever the case may be, right? You were, you suffered like horrible traumas as a young child. You have PTSD because maybe you were serving in the armed forces, and you've seen things that no human being is supposed to see. Know this: how you feel is how you feel, and those feelings are valid. And there is no greater standing in your power than owning your feeling.
Yes.
So
I agree.
Don't let anyone ever take that away from you, because how you feel is how you feel. Mm-hmm. And when people tell you, "Oh, I understand," they don't. Our responsibility to ourselves, the people that suffer with those types of things, is to understand that they mean well. 98% of the times, they're trying to be comforting. They're trying to be empathetic. They're trying to be understanding. Mm-hmm. So educate them about that statement.
Yeah.
And I would also say, I would add to that, Kelly, for those of us who do not have that experience and we are trying to connect with someone, it is an acceptable thing to say, "I don't know what that's like."
Yep, absolutely.
Full stop. I don't know what that's like, or "I'm sorry that happened to you." Full stop. Because that's a thing that many of us experience, is when we don't know what to say, we just keep our mouths running because we don't know what to say. And, that is what it
have
is.
The tendency to I know that I do this. I have a tendency, if I get nervous, I feel like I need to like over explain myself until oh gosh, he doesn't get it. So, keep talking.
It's how we cope with it, though, isn't it? I think everyone's different, aren't they? And some of us do talk,
point, Ben.
But some of us, I know it's funny because I think I am the kind of person that goes into myself more and withdraws. But I've got friends who have been through really difficult things and anxiety and all that, who just, like you say, Kelly, just like to talk and explain it through. And I think it's whatever helps you deal with it, and that's what helps get you through. But I think talking about it is a good thing.
I think there's a difference. I agree. And there's a difference between talking about it and then getting caught up in the telling of the story and not trying to be on the other side of that. And it's hard to know when one goes from sharing to oversharing or to get caught up in the story. And I think it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. And, this is for entertainment purposes only. People, it's so hard to do things on our own. The people that we love with the right intention try to help, and they say the thing that just upsets us.
Yeah.
And they didn't know that, but it's my responsibility to own my response to what other people have done. It's not your responsibility to adjust your behavior to try to prevent me from having experiences. That makes it hell.
Right.
Okay. I think I
guess the word I want to use is like being triggered, and you can be triggered, and you don't have to have like a mental illness. Okay, so for example, just really, really quickly to sum that part of the conversation up, and then we're gonna talk about what Geek said here, because this is really important, I think.
Mm-hmm.
When my mom died of lung cancer, and I smoke. And people literally would say to me, "Oh, you smoke and your mom died?" And you're like, "Wow, really? Like, did you just really try to make me feel bad? You think you are going to..." Immediately that's your reaction. you get really defensive because it hurt you.
Sure. Yeah.
How could someone say that to you that claims
Yeah.
that they're your friend or that they care about you? It's not because they tried to hurt you. It's because they just open up their mouth and just blew, you know what I mean? We've all been there. We've all done that.
Yeah.
So it's my job to educate that person and say, you know what, like, as long as I can do it in a calm and respectful way and say, you know what, that really triggered me.
Yeah. Some people don't think
obviously not
before
lost
they
them.
say stuff, do they?
Exactly.
And I think what people need to do more is to try and put themselves in that other person's shoes and see it from their side of their point of view, because I think that's what doesn't happen enough, is people just don't see it from other people's point of view sometimes.
I agree with that, Ben. But and
opinion.
also what we were saying before about the hearing and the listening thing, right? Like when you said that, I just totally like talked right over top of you. So I was not listening to you.
No, and that's no,
but
and
that's a perfect example.
that's probably because I've got a lag this end because it's the UK. So it's probably not that you've got a lag. No. But no, you know what though, I have to say everyone's so respectful, aren't they, in this community? And this is this place where I feel that you can have these conversations because you know people are caring and do listen here, don't they? Which I think is important to have that.
Okay, I will have a slightly different view on that.
Okay.
Is the majority of the people are, and everyone has their own experience with it, and I have my own experience with it, and there are some people who their content does not make me happy. It does not bring me joy, and it's different than, I mean, because there's some people I watch because they make me think differently. They help me see a different view, but then there's some people who I just don't connect with them. And I will simply say that I just don't connect with them. So guess what I do? Guess what I do?
And that's totally
I don't I unsubscribe. I don't watch the videos because I am responsible for what comes into my area.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, that's where the power is.
Down, right? When it gets too loud, you gotta turn the volume down. I just want to say this really quickly to that point. So here on this channel, it's like super important to me to spread the message. I don't even know what the message is other than you're not alone. I'm here for you. This chat is here for you. We're trying to create a space where people feel like it's okay to be themselves, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I know, you know, that pardon me, I'm going to swear. I know that the shit gets really heavy here on this channel. It does. I have had, like, I've been doing oracles in chat and someone shared something and I've literally had to stop because I'm crying and I can't imagine the pain that they must go through. I know that this is not a place for everybody because that shit's really heavy. And if you're already having a bad day, sometimes it's hard to take more in. But then there's other days when it is just, wow.
And I have to remember there's three sides to every story. Mine, theirs, and the truth.
Yes. But you know what? We do come across people that we just don't vibe with. And it is almost like you can enter a room and you just don't get on with somebody. And that's fine.
Oh, sure.
But I think that the majority of people here come from a good place. And I mean, I have to say, I've had, you know, there's people I don't get on with. And it's not because I don't get on with them. It's just that we just don't, our values are different. And it's a shame sometimes when that happens. But like Gerald says, I think you just take yourself out of their space. And, you know, this space is big enough for lots of different corners, isn't there? You know? But you kind of find your group anyway, don't you? And people are drawn to you or you're drawn to them. And you all like getting this
deep. Well, and I am so happy to celebrate that people have their experience and their voice and they're saying that. That's what I'm happy about. So Stache, you're more than correct. Then, you know, well, thank you. And I just think it's, you know, and I think you know, PTSD, you know, I'm not licensed to do anything other than drive in my current state.
You
And
licensed to do
this,
that?
I have a license to thrill.
Come on,
Wait
pick
here.
me up, Gerald. I'm waiting for you.
I have a license to thrill. No, but seriously, it is important for us to know. I think Geek, and I cannot remember Geek's first name. Um, I, I think the fact that you are aware of this is a lot of power, and that's, yes, you've seen things that nobody should ever see, and I have to say thank you for doing that work,
Right.
because I don't think I could.
No.
So thank you for that. And of course, it keeps you up nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Because
interesting.
you are an emotional person, and you're insightful, and you're probably really good at your job. So I get that.
There's many people in different professions that see things that we don't really like even have in our awareness. Do you know what I mean? Unless we were sitting there talking. And
Okay.
Geek's story
Keith.
reminds me of a time when I worked in the group home. You know, we would go home and we would talk to our significant others, our families, and they would just look at us as if we were, you know, that we lost our minds, because like, why are we even talking about this stuff? And so once a month we decided that we would get together, because we were the only ones who understood what the heck we went through in a day. And we needed that release. And we caught up and we had fun and we danced, and you know, some people drank, and we really, really needed it to release and share. And sometimes there was crying, sometimes there was laughing, but it was important. And I think that in certain professions, it is almost like the employer's responsibility to make sure that you are looked after in a way that you have that balance, right?
Yeah.
That you have that opportunity to release and deal.
And Geek Hillbilly's first name is Keith, and Keith said a little bit later, when it gets to be too much, I go up into the hills and spend time alone. And I think that is if you have family members and you do that, and you let your family members know that that's why you're doing that, that is living by example. It is making it okay for you to say, I'm getting all emotional, for you to say, I've been really stressed out at work. I need some alone time up in the hills. And say to your child, your loved ones, because when I go out into the hills, I can think it through. I can let it go. I feel more connected to nature, whatever gives me time to pray. It's my secret retreat, whatever you want. But it also makes it okay for them to start to see it, because I don't know about you, but when growing up, children learn how to argue by watching their parents. And when there's conflict in the relationship, and you know, there's an argument, and then the kids go to bed, and then they wake up, everything is fine, they don't know how they solved it. You know, how did you, you know, they don't know if it's going to stop or if it's going to be different. So welcome to Deep Thoughts.
Good point.
On, you know,
right?
All right. So my alcoholic grandfather hurt many of us. My mother's addiction left me at risk with others, and my own addictive behavior put my son at risk. And he was hurt. And I am so sorry to hear that. I'm also glad to see that you recognize that, and you are working hard at, multi-generational wounding.
Now, I happen to know that, I know Andrea, and I'm not saying that you guys don't, but I know Andrea from the chats. And I know Andrea used all of the hurts to empower herself and to heal herself and to move herself forward in a way, just like Geek Hillbilly suggested for himself that he did by taking himself alone in the mountains. She became a counselor. She became an addiction counselor.
Sure.
That is how.
Wow.
Those are two perfect examples of how you can own it, work through it, and sort of move it forward, whether you're doing it for yourself or for others, right?
And I think
himself out in the mountains allowed himself to heal himself so he could go back again the next day. Andrea healed herself by empowering herself to spread the message to others. It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I think your son is extremely lucky to be able to, especially if you can, I don't know how old your son is, but anytime we can have conversations with those who are impacted, we have to, I mean, and sometimes I don't have the words to express how I feel. And it just is. I don't have the words. And sometimes it's powerful for me to say, I am so angry, I do not have the words to say it. Or I am so disappointed, I'm so hurt, I feel betrayed, I'm frustrated. Okay, let it go. And hi, Jay, good to see you. Enjoy the pasta. But beautiful
Joan
power.
says this.
Hi, Jay.
I've been wondering whether the move to 100% remote work will remove the vital support people in difficult jobs that they get from their coworkers. I mean, again, because we live in Canada, I know that here in Canada, we have a lot of that kind of support built into our everyday working life, which we're very fortunate for. It is not nearly enough, but I know that we do have those kind of components built into our everyday working situations, and I'm grateful. I have been on the receiving end of those like their employee assistance programs or whatever the case may be, where you can call a counselor 24 hours a day and just be, for free and be talking to someone within a couple of days, if not immediately. And it is.
I think there's a lot of I am an extreme extrovert, and the shutdowns and all of that stuff have really impacted me. And now I've turned it to YouTube. Examining untruths, like, I'll give you something to cry about. Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He's 40 and he's enlightened. Yeah. Yay. And by the way, if you have not told your son that you are proud of him, you might want to do that, by the way, for entertainment purposes only, blah, blah, blah. But, nothing feels better to a child than to hear that their parent is proud of them.
Yeah.
And it being very specific. I am proud of you because of this. You showed your integrity. You were very kind. That took courage to say you didn't understand. That's amazing. That's amazing. And anytime somebody can, hard to hear about loving this conversation. Yeah, oil painter. I get it. Oh,
shop till you drop, my friend. Shop till you drop. That's what I'm saying.
Shop till you drop. Ooh, shop till you drop. Pick me up some. I want something sweet. Speaking of oil painter, may I pick a card before we start doing the rebel cards?
Yes.
I have the Bob Ross playing cards.
Nice.
Have you ever seen these?
No, I've not ever seen them, but my niece is a total fan of his.
Okay. Ben, you've seen these, right?
Oh, I've seen you use those. Yes.
Okay. Ben, do you have things to say? I have, I've been rambling and we've invited you on, and it's like,
no. Hi. No. I've enjoyed
Ben
who? I've enjoyed listening to you both, actually. So it's very interesting, I can't stay too late, guys.
Listen, we're about to get an announcement right here. Stache, I'm a 5th degree black belt. I could literally kill someone barehanded if I lose control very quickly.
And if I understand, the key thing is that you learn, you never want to use that unless you're going to hurt somebody significantly. So yeah, I get it. Okay, Ben can't stay late. He's trying to say.
I was just going to say I can't stay too late, but I can stay for another 10 minutes. That's okay.
Okay.
Drop in there.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm picking a Bob Ross card because it's just sort of funny, and it is. It's the Joker. Didn't you know you had this much power? You can move mountains. You can do anything.
Beautiful.
Oh, love that. Are you reading on a particular subject, guys?
I was just reading because I saw oil painter, and Bob Ross is an oil painter. My son, while we were healing, you're the mom this time. You weren't always. We use shamanic counseling techniques. Nice.
We were just sort of pulling cards on what we've been talking about, Ben. So if you pull a card and stick it up there, let's see what your message is in this conversation. Even though you got here in the middle of it, that's not really fair. But
no, it's my fault.
I swear, if you pulled the bondage card, we're gonna have to have a chat.
Ooh, hell! I just want to make sure I have my camera going.
Right?
We got chocolate,
some stories
we got
there.
bondage, we got turkeys.
Turkeys.
I don't know what was going on. I don't know
with
what
that
was
turkey.
going on.
No, I don't know what was going on with the turkey. It was strangling the turkey.
He was trying to be all proper, drinking his tea and eating his biscuits, and things went sideways in a hurry. Did they not, my friend?
Are those metaphors for something?
Honestly, no.
Kelly blames the biscuits, and I think she's right.
I think he made the biscuits, Gerald. If you get my drift, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
I think he made the biscuits.
Wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. I think he baked the biscuits before he showed up. That's what I think.
They had alcohol and everything in those biscuits.
Yeah.
The night you were on with Kelly, remove the comment, Kelly. Hashtag remove the comment.
Sorry. There we go.
So we're just picking cards, Ben. What are you picking? Because I have the Rebel decks. Are we doing the snarky cards now?
We're going to, after Ben and I are going to pull a card here to see what we can get for this conversation.
That is contentment. Contentment.
What's the card?
Contentment.
Oh.
So yeah, being content in our spaces, and I always think of that as meditation as well, and being able to kind of reflect on things. And hey Zane, hey Vivian, yeah, contentment. I always think I like that thought. It's Friday as well, it's just before the weekend, and in relation to what we're talking about, I think we all go through really hard times sometimes, and that time to reflect on things that have happened in our life can really help us kind of process things and be content with the past, so we can move ahead into the future.
Faye wants to know if your biscuits come with special ingredients, Ben.
It's a secret ingredient.
I pulled from the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck, and I've got Owl, which is sight.
Oh, nice.
The message on this card reads: detach your emotions from situations that you cannot control.
Ooh,
I like that.
I know. I went deep.
Sounds like my biscuits, Kelly. Secret ingredients you can't control.
Okay, and I will pick an angel card to match that. An angel card flew out. Where did it go?
Flying angels. We've seen everything here today, folks.
Okay, and this is from the original angel cards. The angel that I got is light.
Beautiful.
And I think it's very important for us to remember that you cannot have light without dark. They have to exist together.
Yeah.
Because when they are in balance, things are better. Oh, look at that. It's like that, that thing where they block out your eyes so you don't know who people are. I'm blocking my eyes, Being silly. Welcome to Thanks Spirit, it's Friday.
Woohoo!
With Gerald, Kelly, and Ben.
Woohoo! Wow.
Well, guys, I'm ever sorry, but I'm going to have to go. But I wanted to talk and see you both.
Where are you going?
I love you.
You watching a movie?
I'm baking more biscuits. Ready for our next lives. Yeah.
Ben is coming back, everybody, on April
29th.
29th. Thank you.
And Ben will be on my channel on Monday.
On Monday, yes.
On Monday. And Ben promises to have me on his channel, but now that I've said it out loud, he's going to have to do it.
I've got the dates and I will be sending them to you.
Listen, if you can find a day when I'm not doing anything, good luck to you.
Oh.
Like June or July, I should be available.
Oh, maybe you need to send me your availability then, because I bet you're going to be busy.
I will make myself available for you, Ben.
Oh, I love you,
want
Kelly.
to come in and hang out with you. You're
oh, that's fab. I'm pleased.
Many blessings to you, my friend, for the weekend, and thank you for popping in. That was lovely.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Ben.
Everyone, show Ben some love if you're not already subscribed to his channel.
Thank you, guys.
Please do so. Beneficial Tarot.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, lovelies. I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Bye, Ben.
Bye. Okay, so are we doing Rebel cards now? We are
doing Rebel cards. All right. This is what we're gonna do. If you do not want a funny card, at all to your funny card, say so. Otherwise, we just go one by one through the chat and we give out the funny cards, and I think we could all use one. Thank you, Vivian. All right. So we are going to start with, Dora Smith, because she's the last comment that I can see in the chat, and I just kind of go down the list like that. All right. What? Ooh. That popped right out. Dora Smith, this is what I've got for you, love. I've got Get Your Sweet Ass Outside. Live in the sunshine, swim the sea, drink the mild air, or the wild air. Is it mild? It's mild air. There you go, my love. That is for you. Not really funny, but there you have it.
Okay, and so who am I picking for again?
Ricky and Dora. We both do one for each.
Stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up. You're missing some cool shit.
Yeah, like going outside.
Yeah, like going outside.
Right? All right. Next up is Vivian, or Viviani.
My Andrea.
I always called her Vivian. I don't know what her actual name is. I wish.
I hear it pronounced Viviani, but.
All right. What's the one thing that you're grateful for? Well, besides people pronouncing your name correctly, I'm sure. You are blessed as fuck, my friend. That sounds so wrong for me to say, but what you got, Gerald?
Get some fucking sleep. You are being an ass because you're fucking tired. Face to pillow now. There you go.
All right, Sharon Sipe is up next. Sharon Sipe, our moderator at large.
Dora said, OMG, I was thinking of volunteering at a state park. She has to go outside.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, she shared that the other night, and I was like, that's just awesome.
Nice.
Sharon, this is what I got for you, love. You are all blissed out and nowhere to go. Guess I'll just chill.
Nice.
I dare say Sharon probably doesn't have an awful lot of time to chill because she's literally everywhere in everyone's chat.
She is everywhere.
And safe, which we totally appreciate. Uh-oh. Brace yourself, Sharon. It's going to be a good one.
You equals tight ass. Loosen the fuck up. Control freaks don't get laid. Moving on.
Andrea is gone. Thank you so much, Andrea, for being here. You probably left already. I'm sorry, I'm way up still, so I don't lose my spot. Sherry H is up next. What have we got for Sherry H?
Well, cardamancy mesquite. Maybe you need to get some sleep.
I've got awaken to tiny, beautiful things at every fucking turn. Embrace your embrace your tiny inner Buddha.
Some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. Boom.
Boom. Be looking around every corner, according to the card. All right. Deb H is up next. Purple Elephant. Deb H.
Oh, Faye, go outside with the cold because that actually helps with the grounding or the earthing. Get your feet on the cold ground. It'll suck out more negativity and toxins.
I've got keep calm and fucking breathe. Deb. Raise the vibe one breath at a time, my friend.
Time to let go. Move the fuck on.
Aw. You don't know how, I mean, I don't know if you know that Deb H's dog had...
her puppy passed away, yeah.
Cardamancy Mesquite. Here we go. Cardamancy Mesquite. What have we got for Cardamancy Mesquite? Cardamancy Mesquite, you are zen as fuck. Chakras loaded and ready.
Aww. You are loved. You are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up.
Right? I love that. All right. Vivian Purple Elephant. On a Banana is up next. On a Banana. This is what I've got for you, my friend. Zero Fox given. And you're cute as hell is on the back.
And eat your fucking vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature.
Oh my God, the messages. Yes, absolutely, Vivian, for entertainment purposes only. Thank you. Doris Smith, I was told to go out and walk in the grass with bare feet and hug a tree. I will as soon as the cold goes away. 100%. All right, Faye, you are up next, my friend. You literally like what do you call it? Like glitched there for a bit, and that was your face, like oh. Reminds me when you were a little kid and you used to do that thing with the flashlight. Remember when you used to put the flashlight underneath you and open up your mouth and try to like make the light come through? Never mind. It's a thing we used to do. Here we go. Chilling. Like
I wasn't that little kid.
Great. Chilling like a boss. Don't let dumbasses get you down.
Winning. You got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, Oil Painter is up next. Oil Painter is like, thank God she's in the car. She's not in the grocery store, so when we give her one of these cards, she's going to start laughing out loud. They all think she's lost her plot.
Okay, I'm going to start with Oil Painter with another Bob Ross card.
Yes, she would like a Bob card, yeah.
And the Bob Ross card that we got is the Queen of Diamonds. Talent is pursued interest. Anything you're willing to practice, you can do.
Love it. Oil painter, brace yourself, love. Find your fucking center. Like a jelly donut full of peace.
And you look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. It's the cards. It's not me.
Right? It's the cards making them do it.
Yes.
All right. Wisdom Seeker Joan is up next.
Mm. And was it Wisdom Seeker Joan who said these would be a perfect gift for their friend?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is what I've got for you, Joan. Visualize world peas. Baby food. Peace. It starts with releasing the bullshit. Sorry, that's my favorite card. I don't even know why. I just love it.
Whatever you're thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fucking time.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Everyone's like, love it, love that card. All right, we've run out of people. Did everyone get one that wanted one?
You didn't get one. Do you want one?
Sure. Please, I need a bunch. I need to be told. Tell me.
You heard it here first, people. She needs to be told.
Everybody
hold on to your device. Please keep your head and arms inside of the ride at all times.
Right.
For entertainment purposes only.
All right, Janet.
Did Janet P get one?
Yeah, we'll give Janet P one.
Okay. Well, I was actually thinking about you first, so this is yours, Rebel. Because fuck it.
Yep. That's totally me. That is totally me.
And Geek Hillbilly didn't. Keith didn't. So right, Janet P. And then Janet Keith.
P. Janet P. What can we get for Janet P? Good Lord, they're all falling out. What's happening here? All right, Janet P, this is what I've got for you, love. Inner peace is my bitch. Acceptance, better watch out. I'm coming for it next.
Ooh. Step away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. Eat some yummy shit. Bacon, chocolate, beer. Get some.
Sorry,
all things in moderation.
That made me laugh. It almost made me choke on my gum. That was a great card. I love that.
Oh, it's too bad you have a gag reflex.
I really, really do. And I totally got what you just said. When I did not know, but when I developed the anxiety, just before I would go into a panic attack, my throat would close up.
That's a good trigger. You know that.
Since I became aware of that, I did not realize that choking would be something that I would have to deal with moving forward. But for people that have anxiety, apparently that is a thing. And I don't know how many times I've almost choked. Since just random.
I think I'm frozen.
You're okay now. You're moving.
Nope, I'm okay now. Okay, I'm moving.
It's tag everyone on Thank Spirit It's Friday.
Woohoo! All right, who are we doing this one for?
Geek Hillbilly.
Okay.
All right. Here we go, my friend. I've got the path to inner peace begins with 4 words. Not my fucking problem. Notice how it's in a mountain. Just saying. Right? That's where he went, to the mountain to be like, it's not my fucking problem.
Yeah.
Let that crazy ass shit go. Now that really was meant for you, Geek. I love that.
Get over yourself. Pull your shit together. Help people. Give back. Do good shit for humanity. Boom.
Nailed it.
Damn.
Oh Oh my God, you guys, that was awesome.
Did we get everyone?
I think that we did. If you want a card and you did not get one, speak now or forever hold your peace, as they say.
Your world peas?
Your world peace.
Yeah, because we got to eat some shit from Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Right on the nose, folks. Yep.
And Vivian says you are doing good shit for humanity, I geek. Right on, my friend.
Yes.
Right on. Whoop.
Is that my card?
Yes. I've got, come on, inner peace, I don't have all day. Be here now.
There you go. Nice. I'll take that.
Be here now. All right, my friends. Yep. I think that this has been an awesome Thank Spirit It's Friday. I do hope that you all enjoyed it. I do hope that you had a good time. We thank Gerald very much for being here with us. Please don't forget to show our friend Gerald some love. Check out his channel. His link
because it's free.
It's free, right? And the link is in the description box below the video. So when will I be back? I don't even know. What day is it? It's Friday. Yes, I will be back tomorrow night on Ron's channel. That's when I'll be back at 8:30.
Ron Unconditional Love Tarot.
Yes, Ron Unconditional Love Tarot, along with Herc213. We'll both be there. And
fun.
On Sunday, Sun Psychic Jean will be here at dzncats at 2:30 p.m. Eastern for our first episode of Sunday Connections.
And I would love to come back on and do readings for people sometime with you.
That would be lovely.
If people would like and subscribe and do all that stuff, they'll let me know that they would enjoy seeing me again.
Absolutely.
How's that for subtle?
Well, perfect. I would enjoy.
And show up on Monday. And then, of course, that's
don't
on
forget,
TarotStache.
friends. I'm also on Circle of Friends Tarot with Allie from Heart and Soul Connected. I can't say it, but I swear it's there. It's real.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Well, sort of sure. Allie is not feeling the best. So sending her lots of love and prayers. And hoping that she feels better really soon. And on Monday, at 6 p.m. Eastern time, Circle of Friends will be there, and I'm not telling you what we're doing. It's a secret. So show up.
Because people should like and subscribe, and then they can find out.
That's right. Sherry H says that would be Sherry H says we would love to see you again, Gerald. Vivian says yes, please come back, Gerald. Vivian says that will be awesome. Doris Smith says thanks for the spirits for the great card reading. Thanks to the spirits.
You're welcome.
And Geek says one more Substache.
Yeah, thank you. And we just need to get the schedule together.
Absolutely.
I like doing readings for people. So
many blessings for a wonderful weekend. Thank you for doing what you do. Please don't ever forget that you're phenomenal beings. Sharing, participating in the chat the way that you do, sometimes saying hello makes all the difference in the world. So don't ever stop doing what you do. It's very, very important.
Thank you. The tiny hands are giving you a round of applause.
Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. Gerald, stay right where you are, love.
Yep.
Bye, everybody. Many blessings. Mwah. Thank you.
Bye.